It's my house now, soldier boy. The front gate was open when I arrived. That wasn't normal. My duffel bag hit the gravel, boots crunching on the driveway I'd paved myself before deployment. The air smelled like betrayal. Thick, silent, familiar. Through the window, I saw them first. Two men, built, confident, wearing black. Not the type you see fixing pipes or delivering mail. They were standing too straight, guarding something or someone. Then her voice. "Don't let him in." For a second, I thought the exhaustion was making me hallucinate. 6 months overseas, running missions in the desert, only to come home to this? My wife. The woman who used to wait at that very door with tears in her eyes. Now she stood behind those men, her arms crossed, cold, like I was a stranger trespassing. "It's my house now, soldier boy," she said, her lips curving into a smile that wasn't hers anymore. I stared at her, trying to find the woman I married, but she was gone. All that remained was her shadow, dressed in silk and poison. The taller bodyguard stepped forward. "Ma'am said you need to leave." I didn't move, didn't speak. My mind went quiet, the way it does before a firefight. This house was mine, every brick, every nail, bought with years of service, sweat, and distance. And yet, there they were, guarding her, guarding my home. My wife, Clara, had changed since I left. The last few months of our calls had been shorter, colder. "You don't understand, Michael," she'd said once. "I'm just tired of being alone." I thought it meant she was lonely. Turns out she'd found company. Rumors from neighbors had trickled through the mail, photos even. Her car parked at unfamiliar houses, late-night visits. I'd dismissed them all. Love makes a man blind. But seeing those two men on my porch, paid to keep me out, it snapped something deep inside me. "Clara," I said, my voice calm, "move aside." She tilted her head, almost amused. "You're not welcome here anymore. I've moved on." Moved on? Like I was a chapter she could just close and replace? The first man reached for me. I didn't resist, just watched him carefully. The way his weight shifted, how his right shoulder tensed before movement. Amateur. The second one circled right, overconfident. Inside my head, I could hear the echo of my sergeant's voice. Never show emotion in combat. Cold mind, steady hands. That was exactly what I did. "You've got 5 seconds to leave, pal," one of them said. I smiled slightly. "You sure you want to count?" They laughed. The kind of laugh men give before they regret everything. I didn't fight. I dismantled. Quick, silent, controlled. One's wrist twisted before he could blink, his own momentum slamming him to the ground. The other charged, straight into a chokehold that took the air out of his arrogance. I didn't hit them, didn't yell, just tied them up with the cable lying near the porch. Clean, precise, military knots. Hogtied, contained, neutralized. My heart didn't race, my breath didn't shake. Years of training had conditioned me for chaos. When it was over, I looked up. Clara's face had turned pale. "Michael," she whispered, "you're insane." "No," I said quietly. "I'm home." The police arrived 15 minutes later. Neighbors had called them after hearing the noise. 2 officers stepped out, their flashlights catching the scene. 2 groaning men tied on the lawn, my wife trembling behind the window. "Sir, we got a call," one began, but when he saw me, recognition flashed. Sergeant Michaels. We'd served together. Different unit, same hell. He looked at me, then at the bodyguards, then at Clara. "We've seen nothing, sir," he said. "Have a good night." They turned around and left. Clara screamed after them. "Are you serious? He attacked them! He's crazy!" The cop didn't even look back. Silence settled over the yard like fog. The two men on the ground whimpered, their muscles trembling under the pressure of the ropes. I turned to Clara. "What happened to you?" I asked. Her eyes filled with tears, but not of guilt, of fear. "Michael, please, I didn't—" "You did," I interrupted. "You took everything we built and handed it to strangers." I looked at her one last time, memorizing the hollow version of the woman I once loved. Then I turned, walked inside, and shut the door. My house. My silence. Inside, the house felt foreign. New furniture, different pictures. My uniforms gone from the wall. My medals packed into boxes. She had erased me, but not enough. I went to the desk drawer, my backup files still there. The deed, in my name only. The house was never hers to take. I waited until morning, then called a lawyer. By noon, she was the one outside, watching movers carry her belongings to the curb. Her face was red, broken, wet. "Michael, please," she cried. "I didn't—" "You meant every word," I said quietly. "You wanted this to be your house." I looked around once more. "It still is mine." Her voice cracked. "You're destroying me." I met her eyes, cold, empty. "No, Clara, you destroyed yourself." Then I shut the door. That night, I sat on the same porch where it began. The ropes were gone. The silence had returned. The moonlight spilled across the yard where her new life had tried to take root and died. I thought I'd feel triumphant, vindicated. Instead, I felt nothing. Maybe that's what peace really is. Not joy, not victory, just the absence of noise. I picked up my duffel bag, walked to the edge of the driveway, looked back at the house one last time. For years, it was our home. Now, it was just mine. And somehow, that felt lonelier than before. I left the porch light on for the ghost of who she used to be. Then, I walked away.